Hi, I'm Luminousz Star and welcome to my channel, Luminousz Star. All of you who are current subscribers, thank you so much for your subscription. Thank you for motivating me and inspiring me to keep this channel active. Everyone who's visiting Luminousz Star for the first time, welcome to Luminousz Star. Can become a part of the Star family by hitting that subscription button below. So everyone who's visiting for the first time, welcome to Luminousz Star and hit that subscription button below so you can become a part of the Star family. Today's video is about how the narcissist has their little pet names for us. Okay, sometimes they don't mean well when they say it. It's not really who we are, but what they do sometimes when they smear a campaign and sometimes when they character assassinate, they would say things to bring you down. Narcissists and the cluster personality, sometimes when they're spreading rumors about you or they may be doing their smear campaigning, okay, what's also going on is that they are shaping and molding you into who they would like you to be so they can look good. One of the things that a narcissist and cluster personality will do, they will put little ideas in other people's heads about you that's not true at all. Another thing that a narcissist and cluster personality likes to do is they like to set up little scenarios to make sure that you appear like someone who is not likable. Okay, someone that other people should avoid. This is part of the smear campaigning. This is part of the character assassination. All right, so the other thing that's going on is that the narcissist and the cluster personality, they like to set up certain scenarios whereas you may feel a little bit insecure. Okay, they would try to use your weaknesses against you. So on one hand, they're trying to convince other people that you are a person to avoid, or you're a person that's not likable, or you're undesirable in some sort of way. The other thing that's going on is that he or she, the narcissist that is, they're trying to put in your head that you are not desirable. You're too weird. You're not good enough. They play on your insecurities. They play on those aspects of you that you may not like so much or you are working on. So their identity of you. They shape and mold you in a particular way that's really not good for you. Okay? So the narcissist and cluster personality, they have a false self-image. So what does that mean? That means that whenever you are around the narcissist and the cluster personality, they have to outshine you. You cannot look so good. You cannot really be the superstar that you are. You really cannot illuminate within. So other people can really feel you. So other people can really see who you are. See, the narcissist and cluster personality, they cannot have that. Their false self-image is challenged by that idea that the narcissist has about you. It's not really benefiting you. So whatever that is, it makes him or her look good and it's really not benefiting you. Are you really a person that is not able to contribute to this world? Are you really that person? Or does the narcissist have you convinced that you're that person? Something to think about. All right, so today's video again is about how it may be time to let the part of yourself die that the narcissist has shaped and molded. So I hope this video is a video that you enjoy. All right, so check out the description box below for more details about today's video. Please like and share today's video. And I want to thank everybody in advance for your time. Having said all that, let's get on with the video.
strange that you don't remember any of your poetry. I don't know anything about poetry. Boy, you're so modest. Quest for vision is a great lesson, William Blake. To do so, one must go without food and water. All the sacred spirits recognize those who fast. It's good to prepare for a journey in this way. Not bad. Huh? It's not a bad illustration of you, William Blake.
I want you to have it. It's a present.
Oh.
God damn your soul to the fires of hell. He already has. Yes. That man there? I know him.
He's a great builder of sea canoes. Time for you to leave now, William Blake. Time for you to go back to where you came from.
You mean Cleveland?
Back to the place where all the spirits came from. And where all the spirits return. This world will no longer concern you.
Hi, welcome to Luminousz Star Channel. Today's video, allowing the false image the narcissist has created of you to die. First point, most narcissists and those with a cluster personality create false images of those that he or she has as primary and secondary sources of supply. The narcissist's false self-image cannot be outsmarted, one man up, or outdone by any source supplier if he or she has anything to say about it. The false self-image of the narcissist must rule at the end of the day. Second point, since the narcissist will ensure that his or her false self-image will not be denied, the narcissist will engage in various tactics for source supply consistently, such as character assassination, smear campaigning, and setting up scenarios whereas the targeted prey appears unappealing to others. So the narcissist and cluster personality, what they often do in order to ensure their false self-image is that they will try to make other people around him or her look less than. Okay? The narcissist has to be the winner all the time, consistently. He or she will not be outsmarted, outshined, or outdone by any source supplier, really by anyone around him or her. So the narcissist, in order to ensure their false self-image rules and not be denied, they will smear campaign and they will also character assassinate others. Another thing that the narcissist will do is they will mimic and hijack the identities of others in order to ensure that their false self-image is not denied. Okay? That their false self-image rules at the end of the day. There is no shame in the narcissist and or cluster B personality when it comes to maintaining their false self-image, whether that is of a saint, martyr, savior, victim, or villain. The main objective of the narcissist and or cluster B personality is to make sure that their false self-image remains alive and thriving, to prey upon as many as possible for a lifetime. So the narcissist likes to make sure that their false self-image survives and remains alive, so it can thrive on to prey on other people. That sounds a little bit disgusting to me, but really when you think about the dysfunctional behavior of narcissists and cluster personalities, this seems to be the case. They will go ahead and feed off of the energy fields of others around him or her, such as primary source supply and secondary source supply. They do this in order to have enough energy to thrive on and move on to prey upon as many people in their lifetime as possible. So once they feed off of the energy field of, say, you or somebody that you know, they tend to move on and prey upon someone else. The false self-image of the narcissist and cluster B personality will not be denied if the narcissist has anything to say about it. The narcissist and the cluster B personality, they don't know how to emotionally regulate. So that means they lack energy. This doesn't mean that they don't have any energy. That means that they lack their own energy to sustain them in order for them to go ahead and be okay within themselves. So if their false self-image is that of a saint, a martyr, a savior, a victim, or even a villain, he or she will continue to tap off the energy fields of others in order to maintain that false self-image. So that means that the false image that he or she has created of you, that means that their false self-image will shine, or it will rise above that, or it will outdo the false image they have created of you. Let's move forward. Each targeted prey and or source supplier of the narcissist has been given a false image in order to ensure that the narcissist can feel comfortable around him or her. If any source supply or targeted prey has a moment of shine, stardom, or victory, psychologically, the narcissist cannot bear it. This is often why the narcissist and or cluster personality does not support anything good occurring within the source supplier's life. The narcissist and the cluster personality, their false self-image cannot bear if you have a moment of victory. If anything good happens in your life, you ever notice how the narcissist and cluster personality try to downplay it? This is why, because their false self-image cannot handle it. Anything good that happens to you, from you're getting more money, you're finding the love of your life, you're getting married, you're having the children, so on and so forth, the narcissist cannot bear it. Secretly, he or she is jealous. They cannot have you outshine them. It's always a secret jealousy and contest against you. The narcissist's false self-image cannot bear when you are having a great life, when you embrace your own identity, when you have great things going for you. The narcissist and cluster B personality, their false self-image cannot stand it. This is often why they try to sabotage anything that's going good for you. If you have a support base, they're not going to be on board for that. They're not going to support you in that because their false self-image cannot bear it. They have to outshine you at all cost. The narcissist and or cluster B personality is often jealous of others around him or her. The false self-image must be the ultimate winner at all times. Narcissists do not like to share the spotlight, even when others have paid their dues to deserve their moment to shine. The narcissist will secretly be jealous of others who have their moment to shine, plotting and scheming to attempt to sabotage the victory of others is not beneath the narcissist and or cluster B personality. False images of targeted prey and source supply by narcissists. The false image of you is a deceiver. This is what the narcissist creates, okay, in order for their false self-image to feel better and to rule. So they have to create a false image of you. He or she will say about you that you are untrustworthy. You're a manipulator, underhanded, insecure, unworthy, unintelligent, unstable in all of their ways. Okay? Unlovable, a failure, non-contributor, invaluable. These are the few false images that the narcissist has created about source supply, targeted prey, and even secondary source supply in order for their false self-image to feel better, to thrive, and rule. What does that do to the person who's a source supplier or a targeted prey? Even a secondary source supplier. What does that do to him or her? What adverse effect does that take upon him or her? Depression, anxiety. They're very self-conscious. They tend to be more clumsy than usual. Or, because they're very self-conscious. When a person is afraid to make a mistake, that's when they make a lot of mistakes. When the narcissist and cluster B personality is around, some of you may have noticed that in your past, when he or she was around, you tended to be more clumsy than usual. You tended to make more mistakes. You tended to be more self-conscious because you were trying to please him or her. Well, that's the idea. The narcissist wants to create that false self-image and have you believe it. So the false images that he or she has created about you, the key word is false. This is to make sure that their false self-image rules. So whenever something is going great for you, they're going to downplay it. If they can, they will even sabotage it. The narcissist will work very hard to ensure that the targeted prey, source supply, and others will believe such lies about themselves in order to maintain the narcissist's false self-image. This is often why the smear campaigns and character assassinations by narcissists and those with the cluster personality are so effective. There are many who believe the false self-images that the narcissist has provided about the targeted prey and or source supply without protest or question. One of the reasons why a lot of people around the narcissist will go ahead and believe the shenanigans, okay, the false images about source suppliers and targeted prey, is because the narcissist and cluster B personality, they are master manipulators. They know how to charm. They know how to seduce. They're pros at it. Due to the fact that the narcissist and cluster B personality has a predatory nature, what that means is that they will do whatever is necessary to make sure that they survive. This means at the expense of others. As long as primary source suppliers do not threaten the false self-image of the narcissist, he or she will not feel challenged. Yet, they may feel encouraged to continue to smear campaign and character assassinate others in order to feed their false self-image. As long as others around the narcissist are convinced that they are who the narcissist says without protest, The narcissist will remain the center of his or her life. As long as the false self-image of the narcissist and cluster personality is not challenged, he or she will proceed with the character assassination. They will proceed with the smear campaigning. This all is to make sure that their false self-image rules at the end of the day. The narcissist and cluster personality, they cannot be around people who will threaten or challenge their false self-image. So when others just go along with it, okay, and when they go along with the shenanigans, when they go along with the false images that the narcissist has created for them or others who are targeted prey or source suppliers, okay, when they go along with that, no one is protesting. No one is challenging the narcissist. So the narcissist will remain the center of their lives, usually for a lifetime or for a long period of time. As long as others around the narcissist are convinced that they are who the narcissist says without protest, the narcissist will remain the center of his or her life. One may have to make a choice whether to allow these false images the narcissist had created about him or her to die, or continue to be someone that he or she is not, in order to please the false self-image of the narcissist and or cluster B personality. So as long as a person goes along with the shenanigans, as long as they go along with the false images that the narcissist has created about him or her, they don't protest it, they don't challenge it. So therefore, they're not a threat to the false self-image of the narcissist. The narcissist will continue to tap off of the energy field of those individuals. This is something that usually lasts for a long time. A person may have to face more challenges in order to effectively get rid of the false images that the narcissist has created about him or her, or created for him or her. All right, they may have to go through certain things. They may have to learn how to become more assertive. There are a few challenges that a person may have to face in order to allow those false images to die that the narcissist has created about him or her. One of those challenges is to become more assertive. Another challenge, they may have to practice self-preservation. Okay? Another challenge may be that he or she has to practice personal boundaries. This is not going to be easy, especially a person who behaves codependently. The person who is trying to please the narcissist, it is not going to be easy for him or her to face some of those challenges, but it can be done. So in order for one to allow those false images created by the narcissist to die, they have to face certain challenges. However, in the long run, it will help them to heal and thrive forward. It will help them more in the long run. Therefore, it can prove to be a game changer. Okay, so let's move on to the tools. Tool number 1, reconsider what false images the narcissist has put out about you. Remember that these false images serve them, not you. So when the narcissist and the cluster personality creates these false images about others, it is to serve the false self-image of the narcissist and cluster personality and no one else. The narcissist, at the end of the day, must shine. They must rule. Okay, well, the false self-image must survive and thrive. The narcissist is only loyal to their false self-image, and this is at the expense of others. Second tool, discontinue to be emotionally available to the narcissist. This one is self-explanatory. Let's move on to the third tool. Practice self-preservation, assertion. Pardon me. Practice self-preservation, assertion, emotional discipline, and personal boundaries. Now, this one is not very easy. The third tool will take some practice. It will take time. Some people make the mistake of trying to rush through this. The healing process is not to be rushed. This is how some people make more mistakes than they really have to make when they are healing, when they're thriving forward, when they have a support base. The main thing to remember is that when a person chooses to reclaim their identity and reclaim their life back from the narcissist, it will take time. It's going to be a process. There will be challenges. However, in the long run, more than likely it's going to prove to be a game changer. Third tool again, practice self-preservation. All the rest will fall in line. Assertion, emotional discipline, and personal boundaries. is pretty much a one package deal. Fourth tool, do shadow work in order to embrace your own identity. In order to allow these false images the narcissist has created about you to die. So again, this is going to take some time. A person has to be patient with themselves. So when a person does shadow work, what they're doing is they're facing the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything about themselves that they would like to change or they're working on, yet they still accept themselves and they love themselves and they respect themselves 100%. That's not an easy thing to do, but it can be done. It takes time. It takes practice. It takes commitment. Doing shadow work is a game changer. I can say that from personal experience. When a person faces themselves, the good, the bad, and the ugly, it is not supposed to be fun all the time. It's not supposed to always feel good. This is one way the narcissist cannot use anything against you. The narcissist and the cluster B personality, they're notorious for using other people's weaknesses against him or her. When a person chooses to do shadow work, they take that off the table. It's a game changer. The narcissist cannot tap into your energy field if you are doing your own shadow work. I want to invite everyone watching the video to research shadow work. Okay, there is such a thing. So when you do that, again, it is a game changer. And it keeps the narcissist starving. They cannot tap into your energy field very effectively, if at all. Okay, let's move on to the critical questions. Question number 1. What are the reasons you may have bought into the shenanigans of the narcissist and or cluster B personality? Question number 2. Are you afraid that you may upset or challenge the false self-image of the narcissist if you defend yourself and reclaim your identity and life from him or her? Why? Why not? That second critical question. The first one I think is pretty much self-explanatory. The second one, however, is a little bit deeper, I think. When a person has been groomed and they have been taught to behave codependently, they're going to try to please the narcissist and cluster B personality, and they're not going to realize why they're doing it. So when a person is afraid to upset or challenge the false self-image of the narcissist, it plays right into that. If you defend yourself and reclaim your identity and your life from the narcissist, what do you think is going to happen? I kind of want to change that question around. What's the best that can happen if you did that? So if you're afraid, why are you afraid? If you're not afraid, why aren't you afraid? There are a lot of people who are very much afraid of the narcissist. When they choose to reclaim their identities, they find that they really had not too much to be afraid of. Let me make this clear. Some narcissists and some cluster B personalities, they do make threats. Some of them will make good on those threats. So practice safety always. If you think that he or she will make good on their threat, then you may not want to challenge them in such a way that they will be put on the defense. Practice safety. Practice discretion. Use good judgment. Okay? And above all else, practice self-preservation. Practice personal boundaries, assertion, and emotional discipline. So if you are afraid, try to find out why. Try to pinpoint that. If you're afraid that you're going to upset him or her, here's a rhetorical question. Does the narcissist ever seem to be afraid to upset you when they are juggling shenanigans and tactics for source supply? No. They don't ask your permission. They are loyal to their false self-image. Therefore, that means at your expense, at everyone else's expense. Okay, so the narcissist and the cluster B personality, they don't stop and wonder and ponder if they're going to upset you or not. They're loyal to their false self-image. So the next time you feel afraid and you feel like you're going to upset him or her, ask yourself that question. Let's move on to the next critical question. What is the purpose of the relationship with the narcissist and a cluster B personality? In a lot of my videos, I challenge everyone to ask that question and then answer it. What is the purpose of the relationship with a narcissist and cluster personality? Why does that relationship exist? So this is a challenge to try to redirect your attention from the narcissist and cluster personality to yourself. What is the purpose of the relationship? Why are you engaged? Why are you invested in having a dysfunctional relationship with the narcissist and cluster personality? That's another way to rephrase that question. What is the purpose of the relationship with the narcissist and or cluster personality? Only you can answer it. Only you can answer that. You can read all the books. You can look online for all the information. At the end of the day, when it comes to this question, it is a very deep, deep question. Only you can answer it. Okay? So, next critical question. Do you think that the narcissist's false image of you is correct? Why or why not? So, the false image that the narcissist and cluster personality has created about you, do you agree with it? Here's one way that a person demonstrates that they agree with it, and that is that they comply to the unrealistic expectations of a dysfunctional relationship with a narcissist or cluster personality. Actions do speak louder than words. So when a person is continuing to be invested in a relationship that's very toxic and dysfunctional with the narcissist, that is one way that he or she demonstrates that they do agree with the false images that the narcissist and cluster personality has created about him or her. So do you think that the narcissist's false image of you is correct? Why or why not? And if you do not, that last part of the question, if you do not agree, why don't you? Okay? And I'm not asking that to say, well, you're wrong to not agree. No, I'm asking that because it feels great whenever a person is very clear on what their intentions are. So when a narcissist and cluster personality has created a false image of you that they're trying to get you to believe and other people to believe because they believe it, the reason why the narcissist believes it is because they have to uphold their false self-image. The false self-image of the narcissist and cluster personality must rule. That means that you cannot be happy. You cannot have a great life. You cannot know who you are. I hope everyone gets where I'm going with this. The narcissist and the cluster personality's false self-image cannot be around you when things are great for you. When you know who you are. When you love yourself. When you accept yourself. When you're doing great things for yourself in your life. The narcissist and cluster personality, they cannot be around you. Their false self-image is threatened and challenged by your overall well-being. That's the best way I can put that. So when you don't agree, that's a good thing. More than likely it's because you are very clear on why you don't agree with those false images. One false image again is being a deceiver. Another false image is that you are inviolable. Do you not agree? Good if you don't agree. But what really feels good is to know why you don't agree. Because you have seen the contrast. You have done great things in your life. You have touched other people in your life. So the false image of the narcissist does not really fit. So when you see yourself as a person who's valuable and who is a fairly honest person, then it doesn't match the false image. Let's move forward. References and resources. You can find this in the description box below. I want to thank everybody for joining me. I'm Luminousz. Stay tuned for more videos.